Will is allowed to have the ego that he has to the extent that he has it. This ego that allows him to be selfish and to not be blamed and held accountable for this selfishness because he's a man. Like, and Jada is getting blamed for having an ego, to whatever extent, and acting on it on her own because she is a woman.
And a cheater.
That's how I see this. That's how I see this, really. I think Will's allowed to have an ego because he's a man, and Jada is not allowed to assert her own ego because she's a woman. And the truth is, in my opinion, Will Smith is the egomaniac between the two of them, because although Jada's selfishness may have been expressed in one example as an affair with August Alsina, Will's ego and selfishness has been expressed in other ways. When you cheat in a relationship, it doesn't necessarily have to be with another physical person. You can cheat when you are essentially too selfish, and an absorbent amount of selfishness takes you out of the relationship. So you can cheat on somebody if you are excessively using drugs because it like detaches you from your partner. If you are excessively working because it detaches you from your partner and removes you from your commitment. So Will's selfishness, his ego may not have come in the form, to our knowledge, of having an affair with somebody, but we can take his example of essentially fighting Chris Rock as an example of that, because that was a completely selfish act. It didn't just put him in a bad light, but it also put Jada in a very awkward light as well. So yeah, that's my point. I feel like Will's an egomaniac and he gets away with it, and people feel like when he can't uphold the strength of ego, it's Jada's fault.
I do want to say that if the roles were reversed and Will's the one who cheated and continued to speak on it and said this or this and this and that and whatnot, I'd be on Jada's side, if the roles were reversed. So, I don't want it just to be seem like I'm just rooting for Will because he's a man. In all honesty, I'm not even rooting for Will at this point. I want them both to fail. No, okay, not fail, but I want them both to see the error of their ways because they're both kind of dumb. I was just answering the straight up question of who had the bigger ego at this moment.
I mean, the straight up answer, I think, is that their relationship is just too grown for us to understand. I mean, I think it's obvious they have an agreement, and they're cool. They're cool being married. Like,
they cool with living in a toxic waste dump of a relationship. Hey, that's far be it from me.
Okay. That is the end of the debate. Comment put your opinion in the comments after you watch this video, because we want to see whose points were made more valid. This has been Poetry Slam's first ever debate episode. Thank you for watching. This has been an amazing topic. I hope you comment. Have a good night, y'all.